Tim O'Malley with Tim Priester following Brian Kelly's Tuesday press conference, where we learned that Notre Dame's going to spend a little bit more time together Wednesday because last day of classes is today, and they will head out after Thanksgiving dinner Thursday, so he likes to wake up on the West Coast. That's kind of been the move of late for Kelly to get his team acclimated out there, and it's worked so far this season.
It really works out pretty well for them. I mean, it gives them, they have all day Wednesday. You know, a short week like this, you worry about that, but they have all day Wednesday. Thursday will be a typical Thursday along with Thanksgiving mixed in, but they will actually fly out to the West Coast on Thursday. And, you know, whereas when they went to San Diego and played Navy and stayed on Eastern time, Brian Kelly feels that going out on Thursday gives them an opportunity to adjust to Pacific Coast time. So she'll work out pretty well as far as preparation for USC.
No real injury updates. We did learn that Kevin Austin was cleared to play last week. It was coach's decision that he did not join the team in Yankee Stadium. So, Tim, you actually asked a little bit about, you know, who are some of the guys. We all think of Drew Tranquill, obviously. Not think of Drew Tranquill. We all know Drew Tranquill is one of the toughest guys in college football, but it kind of overshadows the fact that they have had a lot of injuries without time missed this year.
Cole Kmet is an example of a guy that it was just a blip and he was back on the field with a high ankle sprain. Jafar Armstrong, it had to be an infection that required surgery in order to keep him off the field. You know, Khalid Kareem, how many times have we seen him peeled off of the turf? So, yeah, and it's something that Brian Kelly's talked in recent weeks about, you know, you're judging, well, how is physical strength and conditioning going? Well, it's November, and pretty much the starting lineup against, with the exception of Alex Barr's starting lineup against Michigan is going to be the starting lineup against USC.
And I thought it was interesting because I had forgotten the guy Kelly kind of threw in as an add-on to the tough players. Ian Book bounced right back. He played an entire game while being injured against Northwestern. Really, when he's in the lineup, I mean, it's a massive problem for opposing defenses. Kelly mentioned today that he kind of referenced USC as the 2014 Irish, not as the 2016, because the 2014 were injury ravaged. They were a contender, and then all of a sudden everything went wrong, many injuries. That's kind of USC has some key defensive injuries, and I don't know if this leads into your stat of the day, but your stat of the day should probably be brought up because you just don't think of the talent on USC with this number.
3 interceptions against 369 passes. That's one every 123 passes. It's pretty ridiculous. But as Brian Kelly pointed out, and I mentioned to him 24th in the country in passes defensed. In terms of actual breakups, 3rd in the country. So they're making plays. They're not taking the ball away. And part of that is that their pass rush, they had 46 sacks last year. They only have 26 right now. Porter Justin, their best pass rusher, broke his ankle or foot 6 weeks ago, so he's out. Christian Rector, who was a terror and somebody that you had to account for last year, only has 4.5 sacks and only 3 quarterback hurries. So there's a correlation, you know, same way with Notre Dame. Like Notre Dame picked up 3 interceptions last week. Well, it's all that pressure up front. USC isn't getting nearly as much pressure. But even though, I mean, with USC's secondary and the names back there, you expect them to have more than 3.
We'll be back here tonight to interview players. We'll have our podcast tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, and then on the field for instant analysis prior to Notre Dame versus USC.